Turn me up. Yeah. Ooh, ooh.
All right, you guys, we got to get right into it. I watched the game last night, the Minnesota Timberwolves against the defending champions, the Denver Nuggets, and last night that defense was on clamp mode. Man, I've never seen a team play defense the way I saw the Minnesota Timberwolves play defense last night. This team looks like a championship team, man. They're carried by the young fella in Anthony Edwards, who I definitely think is now going to be the face of the league, man. Anthony Edwards is big time. But not only is he big time, his teammates contribute. Even with Rudy Gobert not being able to play last night, they still put the clamps on Jokic, and they put the clamps on Jamal Murray, frustrating Jamal Murray last night. It was insane. This Minnesota Timberwolves team is the real deal, man. If they're playing like this, man, I don't see nobody standing in their way. I don't see anybody being able to stand in this team's way. If the Minnesota Timberwolves continue to play defense the way they're playing, and I'm talking about is greatness in this defense, having a floor general like Mike Conley, who brings that veteran leadership to the locker room, being able to get guys to calm down and settle down. And then Anthony Edwards taking over the game when he needs to take over the game, getting to the free throw line. Karl Anthony Towns knocking down shots, was on fire in the first half. This Minnesota Timberwolves team is the real deal. I really got a chance to watch how good their defense is. And I've never seen a team make Jokic look how he looked. Even though Jokic had 16 points and 16 rebounds, I've never seen a team do what I saw last night. I have not seen it. The way that this Minnesota Timberwolves team is playing defense, man, is crazy. And I know, you know what I'm saying? I know how good Kyrie Irving is. I know how good Luka is. And them boys can put up big numbers on you, big time. But the way this defense of the Minnesota Timberwolves, of Minnesota, I got Minnesota winning this thing, man. If they play defense the way that they're playing, I know that they don't play until Friday against the Nuggets again. But if they win that game 3, and they so happen to lose game 4, just say for instance they lose that game or they lose game 3 or whatever, I still think that they can go to Denver and win in Denver. They just did it. They just won 2 games. Normally a team goes on the road and they'll get 1 win and then they'll end up splitting or whatever. But they went into Denver and took both games. And now you have a chance to close it out at your home if you can win both of your games. And then Rudy Gobert is going to be back. You know, congratulations to him for having his son or whatever. But definitely, man, even without Rudy Gobert, this defense of the Minnesota Timberwolves is crazy. Now I see why Minnesota was number 1 all year long and how they was at the top all year long. Their defense is insane, man. And even if they got to play against the Boston Celtics for the championship, I just think that defense and the depth that they have on their team, man, with guys knocking down their shot. The kid Alexander was knocking down his shots. Naz Reid came off the bench, knocking down shots. Naz Reid, man, is a very, very good 6th man of the year. I see why he won it. Naz Reid coming in and giving the team that lift off the bench. They didn't even start. I thought they probably would start him, you know, even though that Rudy wasn't there last night. I thought they would start him, but they didn't. They still brought him off the bench, and he was out there knocking down threes. This team is the real deal, man. I didn't know Minnesota was this good, but last night I really got a chance to watch this team and really embrace the greatness of this young team and the way these guys are developing. I remember all the trash talk with Jimmy Butler kind of trashing the Minnesota Timberwolves when he was on the team and just saying a lot. But once they got Anthony Edwards on this team, man, this team became a different type of team, man. And I love the way these guys are playing. And if the Minnesota Timberwolves was to win an NBA championship this year, Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves stock is going to go through the roof. You think that Anthony Edwards is getting compared to Michael Jordan now? Man. And Anthony Edwards said himself that he doesn't want to be compared to Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan is an all-time great. But if Anthony Edwards wheels this team to to a championship this season, because they're gonna have to probably, you got to get past Denver. They still playing Denver though, but you got to get past either OKC or Dallas, which is gonna be a tough matchup still. But if he makes it to the NBA Finals and they happen to win it, man, you mark my words right now, this Minnesota Timberwolves stock is going to go through the roof, and Anthony Edwards is going to be the face of the NBA. And I'm saying it right now. I'm calling it right now, because the way that this team plays, they play as a team and they feed off of Anthony Edwards. You as great as your leader is, and Anthony Edwards is just taking it upon himself to be the leader of this team and the leader upon this franchise. And the rest of the guys are playing their role, and that's what you need. You need guys playing their role and fulfilling their roles. So all the Minnesota Timberwolves have to do is continue to play the way they've been playing, lights out defense in Denver, and carry that same momentum over to Minnesota. And I believe that these guys can end up sweeping Denver. I really do believe, from what I've been seeing and watching, the way they've been slowing down Murray, because Murray normally kills you. And Jokic normally kills you too out there on the court. They haven't really been able to do what they normally do. And that is a great sign that Minnesota is headed in the right direction. They just got to continue to play lights out defense the way they've been defending, continue to get them steals, continue to share the ball with one another. And this team could very well be in the NBA Finals. Minnesota is the real deal. It took some time for me to really, really realize that, because I was watching them. I was like, okay, I'm going to see what they're going to do. I'm going to see what type of team it's really going to be. The playoffs is going to kind of tell everything. I see, in the season, they were number one, and then they slid down to 2, 3, and all that type of stuff. So I knew that the playoffs was really going to be a great indicator to see what his team at. And for them going into Denver and playing the way that they've been playing, lights out basketball in Denver, and they've been sharing the ball with one another, man, this is exciting to see, man. And it's a shout out to the small market teams, because a lot of the small market teams don't get the press that the big markets get. So it's about time, man, that one of these small market teams come up, and it's a lot of small market teams in the playoffs right now. So this is a beautiful thing, what we're seeing, man. But definitely, if Anthony Edwards happens to will this team to the NBA final and wins it, you think that the Michael Jordan comparisons is through the roof right now? People are going to be saying that this dude is the greatest of all time. And it's just in one season. They'll be saying that he's the next Mike. He's the greatest. He's past Kobe. He's past LeBron. People are going to be outrageous with this thing, man. So it is what it is, man. The Minnesota Timberwolves are balling. This team is headed in the right direction. And I'm telling you, don't blow this team up, man. Some kind of way they got to keep this team together for the next couple seasons if they can. And Minnesota definitely is going to dominate this league, man. Minnesota is doing the right thing, playing great defense and leaning to the young leader in Anthony Edwards. They are building this thing right. And, at first when they drafted Cat, I thought that Cat would probably just be their leading scorer and be the guy that really be the face of the franchise. But it looks like Anthony Edwards has come in and said, I'm going to be that dude for us, and you're going to compliment me. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's complimenting both of those guys had 27 in the game, and that's what you need, your two-star players stepping up and everybody else contributing. And that's going to be the same thing if they got to play Dallas. You got to be able to slow down Luka, and you got to slow down Kyrie. Let the rest of the guys beat you, because you know that Kyrie and Luka can go for 50 in any game. And I think if Minnesota plays that type of defense, if they get past Denver and they play that type of defense against Dallas or against a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who has a good team as well, and they're young too, it's gonna be something, man. It's definitely gonna be something. But I'm loving what I'm seeing with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I love that Anthony Edwards is definitely taking over this team, and Cat is being a complimentary player, and Rudy Gobert is being that guy on the defensive side of the ball. So I can't wait to see Game 3 on Friday. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll be back to you soon with another video. I'm out of here. Until next time, peace.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm on the way up. 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 Been a long, long time coming, but I'm on the way up. Been a long, long time coming, but I'm on the way up. I'm on the way up.